Good evening, everybody. Another session from Ollie's The Advertising Roundtable. Now, those of you all who have been attending our ad addas, as we call them, quite regularly, will know that we keep having these shows, live addas, talking on different aspects of the advertising and marketing business. We have also had cases of case study presentations. And whatever there is something interesting, something topical, we get the best heads to come together and talk about it. Now, Ollie's Advertising Roundtable is, as you all know, is a 4-year-old digital platform. This is for those who are uninitiated, and therefore we have a group in which handles English, if I may say so, and there is another group in Facebook which handles Bangla Shangla. There is also a page. So we discuss history of advertising to current topics to all sorts of things. And this, to our mind, it is now a kind of a society of sorts from people drawn from all over the country. Like you will see the participants today. And importantly, it is perhaps the biggest or the best, the most active digital platform on advertising in the country. I'm making a statement, take it for whatever it's worth. More importantly, we are now getting into publishing of books, creating an archive of sorts, and even running training courses. So there's a lot of plans happening and things are happening around us. So today, what we are going to discuss is something that has been shaking the advertising industry and the media industry for some time. And that is the TRP issue, right? Now, the best thing we did was that gentleman who will be the center forward in today's game, Gopinath Menon, whom I'll introduce a little later, had written an article in Business World on the so-called TRP scandal. And it was shared on our, with his permission, it was shared on our group in Facebook. And that led to a lot of discussion and conversation. And then we said, oh my God, this is something very hot. And we might as well get an adda on it to discuss how is the whole thing is going to, what is it and how is going to affect and so on and so forth. So what we did was that Ollie's has the involvement of a very senior colleague in the business of marketing and advertising, Mr. Hardeep Singh, who was formerly the MD of Polar Fans. And if you remember, he had presented a case study called the Fan Wars. And so Hardeep ji and we all got together and we put this team together. There are 3 people who are the main players. One, of course, is Gopi, because he's the whistleblower, I must tell you. Then there is Sabyasachi Ghosh, who has been years, all our contemporaries, in the business of media planning and media operations, and that is Hardeep ji will introduce. And we have Ruchika Gupta, who is located in Gurgaon. So Sabyasachi is in Kolkata, Gopi is in Noida, and Ruchika is in Gurgaon. So all the introductions to them, Ruchika is on the client side, so she actually pays for that advertising, right? And I can only jump to 13. This is one of the fastest that I've seen. It's gone up to 14. So I can see this is going to be a very exciting session. So, okay, your thing is, all right. I'll get that corrected. It must be mine. Now, what I'll do is that let me call in, get in Mr. Hardeep Singh, and along with that, Sabyasachi and Ruchika, and let them do. Let him introduce them, and after that, I will bring in Gopi, and I will introduce Gopi, and thereafter, I am out of this because I don't understand this media business of TRP. I will only play the referee once in a while, blow the whistle if somebody goes too long. So first of all, here is Mr. Hardeep Singh. Raji, good evening. Good evening. Here you are.
Good evening, sir.
You're looking dazzling. You're looking dazzling, boss, with that.
I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm audible to all.
Oh, oh, you all are audible. And this is a compliment to all the Sardars in India. The way they have pushed their way into Delhi, you all are all audible. We are hearing every single farmer. I can tell you that. And everybody
so good evening, friends. That's for another day. Are you putting on the screen Ruchika and Sabi
also?
Yeah.
Here is Shobhushachi. And here is Ruchika. Ruchika, I'll get that thing corrected. My mistake. I will do the error. It's Ruchika Gupta. Now it's all yours, Praji. आप इनको introduce करो.
Okay.
फिर गोपी पीछे खड़ा हुआ है wings में उसको मैं लेके आऊँगा.
I will not take much of your time. I'll say good evening to everyone. It's going to be a very, very exciting show. And I'm looking forward to learning a lot of things in this show because I'm an old timer in the marketing and communication. And these things which are happening in today's world are entirely different, which I think, apart from Gopi, people like Sabyasachi and Ruchika know well. So Sabyasachi goes for you. My dear friends, is Sabi. Sabi is the name. He is known very well, over 3 decades in the media business. He is a digital and brand marketing consultant, a very, very renowned person all over the country, having worked in top Indian multinational agencies, media houses, India, South Asia, and South Asia Pacific. My God. And he has been with ABP. That is where I and Sabi we're transacting with each other. But Sabi also, and Sabi and you and I have one thing in common, that we are both the past presidents of Advertising Club of Calcutta, which is one of the oldest clubs in the country. And
I have never been able to fulfill your shoe.
And one of the throbbing clubs while I and you were holding the reins. I must say that. Sabi is a management guru also from a premium institute in Calcutta, management, CRM certified professional from IIM Ahmedabad. I feel very small when I read whatever he has achieved. Google certified professional in digital marketing and analytics. Now, I don't know what it means, but it is great. And what is good about Sabi, I know Sabi for a long, long time. What I know is that he has a 360 degrees view while he's a media guy, but he is, I think, a total advertising professional. And while he's talking in his own smiling way, he can give you various nuggets of information and of various nuances, which are very helpful even to people who are on the other side. That is what I experienced when Sabi was in ABP. And Sabi is your XLRI guest faculty also. Sometimes I used to also go there. Now I do not go there anymore. But what is interesting for me to know today is that you are back as a student with the Calcutta School of Music, and with your that is very great. Must catch up with you one of these days. Sure. Guys, I'm not going to give you the boring, long details of Sabi's performances and what Sabi has done. I think he will stand the test of time by asking good questions, giving good inputs. So, Sabi, if you permit me, I'll move on to Ruchika.
Please do. And thank you so much for the glowing introduction.
I tell you, you are a good guy, and I would like to restart my relationship with you now that you are back in Calcutta after being in Delhi for a long time. Okay? Wonderful. Now, Ruchika is a very, very, I would say, very able and very good advertising, communication, media, all rolled into one. Ever smiling, but she knows she's a hard taskmaster as a buyer also. I can tell you, while she is smiling, not because she is only from a community of, the community that I trust very much, but she has to her, credit that last year she was awarded the DMA Asia Marketing Influencer Award last year in 2019. Kudos, that speaks very volumes of you. And at heart, she is a brand strategist and a consumer-focused executor. Has a very rich experience with Millward Brown, Microsoft, Nokia, Nestle. What else can you say? And now he's with Luminous, which is a 100% Schneider-owned company. Now, one thing which she has not told very many people is that apart from being a good media expert and a buyer, she is also very good in the market research. I have seen some interactions of hers. I think she has got a very deep consumer insight, and she can understand as to what is the requirement from the consumer point of view, which a brand has to decode and decipher. And she can place it very simply for people like us also to understand. The complex metrics of all the advertising, communications, creative, market research, media, all rolled into one. And she can say it in very, very simple terms for even people like us or people who do not understand to that extent all these things very well. And she's keeping herself abreast with the AR and the VR and all that. I have a great regard for her in my relationship with her, and there's a lot of learning from her. And I look forward to a wonderful time. 23 years transforming brands with direct influence. It's a great thing. 3 decades for SEBI, 23 years here, and both of you are the best that come in the trade, the best that come in this business. And we are very happy and delighted and proud that you are here with us. Thank you very, very much. Let's have a great time, and let's have Sujit introduce Gopi.
Thank you, Praji.
Okay. So Praji, I'm getting you out of the frame. You stay
Absolutely.
on the frame right now.
Guys, the space is
Yeah.
less, and I'm going to be learning. So please permit me. I will vanish from the scene. All the very best for the
Okay.
event.
Stay with
Catch
us.
up with you later. Thank you.
Praji, thank you very much. Now let me
Thank
do the
you.
thing of removing you and bringing in Gopinath Menon. There is Gopinath Menon, and I'm honored to introduce Gopinath Menon, who again is a 3-decader in this whole configuration. And Gopinath Menon is known otherwise. Obviously, all Gopinaths are known as Gopi. That's number one. And obviously, he's from Kerala. And he has worked through the mid-80s when the time he joined advertising. He has been with Mudra, Lintas, Leo Burnett, DBWA. And very interestingly, while he is a media guy, he also writes. He has worked on a large number of FMCG brands, which I must tell you, including a brand of the God. I mean, like he has been a consultant to the God because he has worked for the Isha Foundation. Now, if you all know the Isha Foundation, you all will know that that's something to do with God. So he's been the God's brand manager, if I may say so. So having said all that, and yeah, having said all that, let me also tell you that this godly man loves his single malt. He plays the tabla. He's passionate about Hindi music. So those are the good things of life. And he plays cricket. He has always been playing cricket right from school, college, and even in advertising. Now, he has also flirted with, he uses the word, I have flirted with advertising. All right, Gopi, you only did that. We have flirted with a lot of other things also, you know. You have limited that to only to journalism. We are the bad boys, you are the good boy. Yeah, so we are the bad boys, you are the good boy. And during the lockdown, he has done something interesting. He has started writing and is currently working on a book on Ladakh, right? And on the snake temples of Kerala. So that gives a complete picture about Gopi. And before I start, let me thank all our those who have already joined this discussion. Thank you very much for having come in. And let me now set the rules of the match or the rules of the game. Now, Gopi will have to anchor this in the content because he's actually the whistleblower. It was because of his article in Business World that, you know, everybody caught up and said, oh, excuse me, what is happening on this TRP? It is all claim figures, that figures. Is it all correct? Is it all true? Has the credibility gone? And with all that he wrote, two things why Shoboshaki, what I would like him to savvy to talk about. He is again being a media guy, as Hardeep ji just told us. So what are his take on this kind of a situation? And Ruchika actually pays for the media. She buys, she's a client. So ultimately where the money comes from, it is coming from Ruchika's company's pocket. I was about to say, Ruchika, your pocket. No, it's from your company's pocket. So therefore, you all will have to fill this out because as far as my thing about TRP is concerned, I will tell you exactly this. When TRP first started in the country, everybody started. Only the advertising people knew what is TRP. Today, everybody knows what is the middle class, lower class, everybody knows what's TRP. And they all know that TV में वो बड़े चिल्लाते हैं TRP बढ़ाने के लिए. That's the common understanding. Not knowing what is exactly happening. So I was there for making a presentation to a client. They got in a white skin, Sahab. And Sahab kept on asking me, what is the TRP? So I said, we'll have to see which channel you're talking about. I can't quote a figure. He says, no, give me the GRP. So I said, ये क्या बक रहा है? TRP हमें पता नहीं है और ये GRP मांग रहा है. I had no idea what GRP is. Obviously, we didn't get the client. Nobody got the client because with that little knowledge, I think now, Gopi, you, the whistleblower, will have to tell us what have you found out and where is this going to take us. Shobhushachi, you have been dealing with the media thing for last 3 decades. Ruchika, you will have to tell us what are you buying, how are you going to invest on this business from what we are hearing. Gopi.
Okay. Thank you, Sujitda. It's a great delight to hear things more than you anticipate. So it's wonderful to hear things which basically says that your journey has been worth it. A very, very good evening to you, to Sabi, and to Ruchika.
Hi,
We're
hi,
meeting for the
Gopi.
first time. So it's a pleasure to be with you. TRP, as we all have been constantly hearing on television, it basically means television rating point, but it is meaning different things to different people. Okay. What actually TRP really means is that it is a percentage of people watching television of a particular genre of the total people who are watching television. Okay. So now, whenever you see television channels advertising and saying, channels which are anchors who are famous for their vocal cords, who keep on saying that, our channel is 37% and the next one is 20% and the third one is 9%. So we are as good as 7 channels put together. That is all nonsense. Right. What they are talking about there is channel share, and channel share is a very, very wrong benchmark. When you say it doesn't mean anything to an advertiser. So when you say channel share, you're talking about even a person who accidentally tuned in for a second. He also gets counted. Doesn't make any sense to the advertiser. So when you talk about TRP, it's a percentage of people watching that particular genre. Say, for example, a news genre or an entertainment genre or a sports genre of the total number of people watching television at that particular time. So to give you a perspective, we are a nation of about 1.3 billion. Okay. And today, if you look at television homes, it should be close to about 25 crore homes, which have access to television, And when you say that a program has 5% TRP, say, for example, a Kapil Sharma show, which is a fairly high rated program, say it's about 5%. What it means is that if 40 lakh are watching the entertainment genre and 5% is the Kapil Sharma show, so 5% of 40 lakh are the people watching that program all over India. Okay, that is point number 1. Okay, and this doesn't mean that the advertising is seen by 5%. So that's the other trick these people play. So when you say get a rating for a program, you get rating for the program, not for the advertising. When you talk about a highly rated program like a KBC or any other program, before the first ad, 40% of people are surfing. They go to see something else because they know that, there are going to be 10 ads. So coming back to the TRP point, so that's what your rating really, television rating point really means. Now coming to scale, if you look at news as a genre, as a scale, it is minuscule. TRP don't make any sense at all. Doesn't make any sense at all. For example, if we had done this about 6 months ago, we had done a trend analysis for about 26 weeks. And we found the top rated Hindi program news channel on prime time had a rating of 0.45. 0.45. Which means that you need at least 25 spots for an advertiser. You need 25 spots to get 1 TRP, 1 GRP. And when you see the advertising of that channel, the promotion done by the anchors of the channel, it says 40%, 50% dominant. So that's where the huge variance lies. So that's point number 1, which we need to table. Secondly, is that what's at stake? Who are the key stakeholders? Here, the stakeholders are obviously the media owners. We have the advertisers like Ruchika who are paying for that, who are parking their monies on these different media vehicles. And the third one is the advertising agencies who are recommending. And of course, there's a fourth one, which is the audience, which is the bundle that we all are trying to milk. Okay. So when we talk about advertising revenue, we are talking about television should be close to about 35,000 crores. So there's huge money at stake. But the numbers being reported are by closely about, I think, 40,000 people meters, which are connected to set-tops all over the country. So that's a minuscule number. And to give you a more accurate picture, if you look at markets like Delhi and Bombay, just Delhi and Bombay, which primarily would control about close to 50 to 55% of that 35,000 crores from where advertising originates, you have something like 2,400 meters. And we are talking about 5 crore homes. So 2,400 meters for 5 crore homes. So that's the scale. So there is a huge handicap there, but this is just an indicator that we can really go by. That's point number 2. And the third one is that media, we live in an interesting time. Media has dramatically changed. A tweet sends all the news channels into a tizzy. A tweet by a senior politician or by a film star or something, and every news channel is chasing that story. So they are the originators of the story. Okay. And the third thing is that consumers have become the new media. Social media and the digital space has ensured that consumers, you and me, are the media. Okay. So that's the perspective by which we are talking about as to, what are the concerns for the key stakeholders, which is advertisers who are parking in their monies. There's very little that you can get from the current state of people meters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Samik, now you have been working plans for different clients over the years. So how do you see this whole thing happening? And now you're also into digital media in a big way.
Yeah, in fact, that's exactly where I find a stark contrast in terms of what a Google or a Facebook today can offer the market, that is advertisers, and what this 44,000 meters, not 40,000 but 44,000 meters as per whatever information I have here. So this 44,000 meters is basically being projected on the entire TV homes base in India, which is somewhere around 25 crores, as Gopi said. Now, if you take a look at how the entire monetization happens, and he's very right when he says that, is there an echo? I don't know.
No, it's fine.
No, it's okay.
Fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take a look at the core issue here, which is monetization, and I'm looking for a moment from the channel's perspective, right? They are into this game, this 35,000 crore, which is the entire ad revenue for television, out of which, as again rightly mentioned by Gopi, it is only 3,500 crores, as per the information I have, the news genre ad revenue.
News genre. Right.
And if you see the monetization and the share of this revenue, it is spread over about, if I'm not mistaken, about 400 odd news channels who are registered within the MIB framework, the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Right. Now, this issue, which is today blowing out of proportion and is threatening the entire industry, because the ratings have been stopped for the last few weeks, and I think it will be not there for about 15 odd weeks or so, for the news channels, that is. Now, this is not the first time this has happened. In fact, if memory serves me correct, though I was out of India at that time, so at 2000, at the junction of 2000, the new millennium, this was first, I think, the C&S game, which was getting bigger and bigger. The early mover at that point, I'm not naming any names, they were losing ground to both the new aggressive players, right? And I believe there was a partner ad agency which actually leaked the lists of people meter homes that could be purchased off the shelf. That is basically how the first issue came ever to light, and everyone was shell shocked. But then there was no social media and there was no amplification of this news. The most high profile of these cases was the NDTV 2014 suing of Nielsen and Kantar. These were the WPP research agencies who were involved. And at that time, if memory serves me correct, in India, this was about 12,000 to 14,000 meters that were there, not even 44,000 meters, right? And NDTV actually went to court in New York and said that we have lost revenue to the tune of such and such that we demand $810 million. That's basically the most high-profile case. It never went anywhere, but that is the most high-profile, news that we all know about. And the more recent case is with BARC, and where this whole allegation of the landing pages, as we call it. So cable operators are actually programming, because now we are already in a hybrid digitization state, and therefore cable operators can take you, or even your TSPs can take you to a particular landing page of a channel, right? So by default and by habit, you start watching it. And even if you are watching it for a minute, you are actually taken in by the panel. That is how it works, basically, a minute long viewership. All right. So therefore, when you are putting this all in perspective, let's take a look at what then is this, 3,500 crores or 3,500 crores. This basically serves as 1.1% to 1.5% max of all TV viewing homes in India. So it's really minuscule, as Gopi said. And this delivers, if I am to believe, reports, I did some research, the recent figures, just 8% of the total television universe is for all news channels. Now, focus it, narrow it further into English news channels. That is where the 1.1% actually comes in, right? So if 8% is all news channels, which is this 400 odd news channels who are registered, English news channels are only 1.1%. Now, this 1.1% is being translated to a number of meters out of this 44,000. What is that? And I'm not taking you through the long, boring details, but it comes to somewhere around 499 meters, I'm told, not even 500 meters. So as Shekhar Gupta in one recent video put it, it's like, those pricing issues where the psychological barrier actually comes in. Anyway, so 499 meters. Now, this 499 meters is actually, I did some back of the envelope calculation, is giving a total of about 1 crore, a 10 million, viewing. And this viewing, of course, can be translated into larger numbers when you take a look at multiple times people are looking over a month. So therefore, there is the whole concept of impressions. This is, again, one term which affects a lot of media planning and buying. So coming to the point that, if you tamper with even 4 or 5 meters out of this small base, and where the weighting of these meters is being done by the time, so the number of minutes that an average viewer is watching is a very important component of the algorithm or the equation. So if that is tampered with, in the sense that if 4 or 5 households are told to keep their television sets on for an hour, let us say, there will be a huge swing. And that huge swing actually then gives certain news channels a very unfair advantage in terms of this channel share. And therefore, they shout over the top. And to that extent, they get a higher share. Now, this is basically what is there and what the current issue is. However, I have a slightly extended take, if you allow me, before Ruchika comes in.
Please.
And that is basically to do with the fact that our media planners or agencies, particularly the big networked multinational media agencies, we have been part of those networks, etc. Are they all duds? And what is then the use for a media planner? And what is exactly this whole thing about, a BARC software, which is called BMW, by the way, an interesting side note, which is nothing but BARC Media Workstation. Okay, so BMW. Now, there are multiple types of analysis you can do, from macro side to micro side. So Gopi mentioned about channel share. Gopi mentioned about, things like, I'll add to that, channel ranking, right? Now, these are peripheral. But at the same time, the heart of the matter lies in what you also mentioned in terms of time slot viewership, ad break viewership, and more importantly, ad spot. Now, each of these software there is a pre-evaluation, and that goes in terms of the past data, and where we can run a regression analysis of last 26 weeks, let us say, right? For a lever launch, let us say, right? A new brand is being launched. So you obviously need a certain minimum time before there is an optimum. And here comes the crux of the matter in media planning. We have two pillars. One is called a reach, and the other is called an average OTS or frequency. Now, it is like tossing a coin, you know. You either have a head or a tail. Now, simplistically put, if you take more and more channels, then there will be high reach. And if you take more of one channel, there will be high OTS. Now, my take is simply this, that aside the fact that, yes, there is the lip service and therefore a large number of agencies and clients who do not have the access to such software like the BMW or previously the TAM, Nielsen TAM software, they obviously would be going by this, you know, the mahol or the social media and the reportage in the media. That, you know, ABC channels are really doing well, and therefore they would put in some money there. But what about those who are actually doing a plan evaluation? And literally, you can do multiple plan evaluations at the same time. And when you do that, you will actually work with a lot of pillars like the reach, average OTS, even a distribution of reach, what we call an effective reach, again, a technical term. But those things actually give you a sight about, you know, optimization. And the whole purpose is for clients like Ruchika, planners actually are optimizing budgets. So if optimization of budgets is an end goal, then it is not so easy to just get swayed by only the TRP as a line item and look at the absolute view. So that is one additional perspective I wanted to bring to the pool. I have some issues regarding the current measurement. For example, the urban-rural divide. And I just believe that 38%, only 38% of rural India is being covered by the TV panels out of 44,000 population of meters, that is. Whereas there is an oversampling in case of the mega cities like Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi's, and even the 1 lakh plus towns, right? Because that is urban India. Because there are other issues in terms of cost and various other factors. And of course, there is also this monetization, I will say 80-20 principle, that 20% actually is chasing 80% of the revenues, kind of a thing. So that is the other perspective about, you know, how the sampling itself can be improved. And maybe if we have time, I can come in briefly in terms of my suggestions or my recommendations or learnings about how digital and, you know, TV as in the people meter, which is more offline today, how can they converge? So that's basically my take.
Thank you, Sabi. I think the way y'all are talking and from what the feedback I'm getting from the viewers, I think this is a really high-powered, and in fact, if I may say, for me, a layman, it's sounding like attending an economics conference, you know, where all economics from different...
Then we have lost you. Then we have lost you.
No.
Economics are never understood.
No, you have not lost me. But the fact is, like the economists, you know, in a seminar keep talking about, you know, and then you realize, oh my God. And after all that, you say, then why is the GDP not going up with such brains? Then, you know, that. So, but now, Ruchika, from what I'm hearing, you must be having a hell of a problem. It's a mess. It's a complete mess. Now, in this kind of a mess, as an investor, where do you put that rupee? And from what I'm hearing, this is absolutely like a, you know, yeah, go ahead. And after that, we'll take a question from Ravi Vora. He has put up a question which you all will have to take on. But first, you take on, Ruchika. I'd love to hear, where do you stand in this?
You know, so first, if I may just say so, seriously, thank you so much, Sabi and Gopi, because it was really, really reassuring to, you know, as a client, I can say that it was very reassuring to hear you guys talk about the same kind of issues that we keep thinking as a client. Are we, you know, is it something we can rely on and all? I think, Gopi, you brought up a really interesting point when you were comparing, you know, so as a client, let me first put it this way. I was in the middle kind of feeling a little offended. Okay, are the clients all kind of blind to all this, you know, going on? Obviously not, right? But we may not have access to as many details or as many nitty-gritties of those details as you know, some of you would have. But keeping in mind what my objectives are, right? What is a a brand's objective is to reach out to the audience that I want to reach out to.
Right.
I think one of the biggest changes that has happened in the last 5 years has been that I really think TV has become one of the mediums instead of being the only medium, which used to be for a very, very long time. What these kind of, and I think Sabby's analysis on the TRPs and everything was really bang on, because even when so for me, men 30 to 50 years, this is my core audience all the time, and new genre is something which pops out every time, right? That is how you go after them and all that. But given the low TRPs that are there and have always been, plus even basic common sense tells you that the fragmentation on news channels which is there, like 400 odd channels competing for attentions on who can scream louder, it is not necessarily the best way to get my brand message out there anyways. Right, so I think today digital, for example, YouTube today has a 400 million monthly average user base, right? A 40 crore individual base. What 44, the population that you were talking about on the TV reaching audience is today, it is comparable. There are ways and means to reach out to those same guys. So I think one of the biggest things that we have had, and it is not just because of the recent happenings, so I wouldn't give this particular scenario a whole lot of credit for it, but yes, over a couple of years, this is something which has been happening. I think every client knows that the same $100 need to provide that bang for the buck.
Right.
So what is that ideal mix that you want to bring in? I think I can tell you from my conversation with my marketing client network that almost everybody without an exception has seen a great rise in digital spends as a proportion, right? And one of the biggest reasons for that is that if I can I rely on only one medium, that's a basic, but it is also dependent on digital is much more sharply measurable. It is much more sharply targetable. Like I know that if somebody else, I'm talking inverters, right? So if I want, I can go after somebody who has done a search on power storage, and I know that I'm talking to my guy. So I'm saying that as a client, I would say that I have many, many more options today. And I think Sabby was also right that this represents such a small, minuscule, of all the options that I have today with me. We did go through these discussions in office, in our teams and everything, but I don't think they took away a large part of our time. It is there are enough options, we can choose.
Yeah. And I think it's a can I come in?
Please.
Yeah, Gopi, you come in, then I will take a question.
From a perspective, what Ruchika mentioned is what are the key variables today? With so much of fragmentation, I think the key thing, Ruchika, which I look at whenever I'm working on brands and all, is receptivity. And this is a very important lesson I learned when I was working on Maggi noodles at Nestle. Nestle, as all multinationals, as all FMCG companies, are always chasing GRPs. Okay, because they know that the benchmark is very clearly defined, the media goal is very clearly defined. You need to get 2,000 GRPs in a quarter kind of thing. And we had launched a new flavor way back 20 years, and the brand was not moving, and everybody at Nestle was pretty concerned, And that's the time when we wondered what was going wrong. So we spoke to about 100 homemakers in Delhi and Bombay, and we found a very incredible insight. And we said what the mother said. The young mother who had 2 kids, said that 9 baje to sabka pet bhar jata hai, and 9 baje to roti ka time hai. So where does Maggi noodles come into play? So the first thing we say, Maggi noodles is not going to substitute for your paranthas and rotis. So the key thing we understood is that, the job of a planner, whether it's a media planner or an account planner, is to excite a 9-year-old child who can make his mother's life miserable and say that, I want this, and the mother can feel very, very relieved. 2 minutes mein ban jata hai, and, we'll do this. And then we found that the right time was when the kid is famished, when he's back from school. So 4 to 6 was the time, which we used, and which was defying the DRP logic, and the budgets were less, the cost was, much less, and the products started flying off the shelf.
Yeah.
So it worked. So to answer your question, the key thing is receptivity. You need to talk to people when they want to listen to you. And we did exactly the same thing, whether it is a 9-year-old child or the mother. When he switched on his Cartoon Network and saw a program which was not on our program list, which was not on the media plan, and he found that, that's the best time that he can make his mother's life miserable, and the mother was convenient. 2 minutes mein ban jata hai, bachcha kuch kha lega. So receptivity is the most important thing, and followed by recency and interactivity and intensity. And these 4 variables need to be evaluated for each particular media. It may be television, and that's where all your, coming back to the point of news channels and their shouting that they do about their own channel being superior, is receptivity is very, very low.
In fact, Gopi reminded me. Yeah, sorry, Gopi, but I think you reminded me of our formative years in media planning, and when you talk about insights, that is of course one side, which is really how you try and add value, and not only add value, actually make the sales happen. That is what advertising is for. That is what promotions are for. But the other side of it also is equally important, and which is what we used to call the trident or the 3 pillars of media choice. And that's the medium as the medium as the vehicle, and medium as the message, right? And therefore, when we look at this whole TRP game, that is only the vehicle, that is only the measuring. But the qualitative aspects of choosing media. Now, for example, it's like putting ice cream in a glossy magazine, right? And you actually feel licking it, the chocolate, licking it off the page. That's something which actually influences the consumer. So that's something there, right? And the medium as the message is where the shouting of the news channels actually are detrimental to many brands.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will rather stay away.
I think. Exactly. As a matter of fact, to the comments that I'm getting over here, where everybody is saying that this is what we are going through is a huge eye-opener. We are. At the same time, I might add to, and I'm sure they will agree, that this is becoming a classroom. And this is becoming a classroom where some of us know. I'm sure they will love it. But here is a question from Ravi Vora. Ravi Vora has this question. Can you all read this? He says, why the big advertisers depend on TV publicity only when there are other medias also available? This is more relevant when it is quite clear that TRP is misleading. And now, I think, Ruchika, I think you take that on, because, you're the...
On behalf of my client community. So, Ravi, I don't think any of the big advertisers today is blind to this whole, what we are talking about. In fact, most of... I don't represent one of the big spenders, but I can tell you that even for us, the way to approach it has become extremely consumer oriented. So this is me, this is the consumer. What all touch points lie between me and the consumer, which I can address. And TV, if it happens to be one of the big mediums, is going to be used. If not, then it is not going to be used. Right? So it is very open a conversation. I think every campaign today starts off with saying, okay, which all mediums should I be using in this? And actually, honestly, saying digital is also a misnomer now, because digital has become too huge and too varied on its own. So whether it is just a basic SCM program will do, or you need to run a fresh campaign with YouTube, or you need to get into influencer marketing. I mean, there's a plethora of things, that can be done. And so I think pretty much everybody is looking at what are the good touch points to use rather than relying on the traditional medias only.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Another question. This is something that I think this is for, I think, Gopi or Sabi. You all can take this on. Sandeep Gupta is asking, is there a substitute measure for TRP?
Yep.
No, I don't think the substitution is the right word, but Gopi, please carry on.
No. My point was, I agree with you, Sabi. There's no substitute. But the point is, it is important for planners to look at the purchase decision process. You can't be devoid of that and become like a typical rational media planner where you are only relying on artificial intelligence. I'll give you an example about when we launched a dog food called Pedigree many years ago. When Pedigree launched in India,
Right.
I used to be working on that. And we found that, we started with Chennai, because a lot of dog lovers live there and the maximum number of kennel clubs are there, And we found that whatever we did, the product didn't take off. So when we went around again, like I mentioned about Nestle, we went around talking to people. So we went and spoke to about 500 people each in each city. And when we found that people who had dogs, they said, "Ye to hamara bachcha hai. Jo hum khate hain, wahi ye khata hai." So when we are having our lunch, that's when he eats. So he will not have anything which we give him out of turn. And that was a shock for us. We found that, and then we went back to the drawing board and said that this is the problem. They are not willing to give anything else. They want to give the same thing that these guys are eating. And the dog eats when everybody is at the dining table. So we said, we went back to the all these people who basically gave us this insights, and we said, do you know dogs' needs are different from human beings? They need 17% more phosphorus. They need so much more magnesium. Their needs are completely different. Their lives are their biological needs are completely different. And this dog food gives them all that, and it is convenient. They still won't listen. Then we said, let's do the 30-day pedigree challenge. And that's when we had a vet in each city go to these homes and inspect these dogs. And we told them that we'll inspect these dogs and rate them in terms of alertness, agility, fur coat, shiny coat. We listed about 10 different parameters and said, this is where your dog stands today, and this is not we telling you, this is what your vet is telling you, the vet that you go to. And give it for 30 days. Don't give anything else. He won't eat for 2-3 days if you don't give him the food that you're eating, but let him only consume. So we did this in Chennai, and the dogs were given only pedigree. And after 30 days, when we went, we got a completely different reception. We said the dog was much more agile, much more alert, that the coat was much more shiny. And that's when the conversions happened. It didn't happen from TRPs. It didn't happen from logical media Bibles.
Exactly.
It happened from observing the consumer and understanding what his barricades were, what his barriers were.
So,
Ruchika, go on.
Sorry, but Gopi, I think from a advertiser point of view also, this is an extremely valid question, right? Is there a substitute use? Now, what you were describing is a perfect case study on how to apply insights into your planning and into your strategy and into your campaign. But suppose my strategy, campaign, everything tells me that yes, TV is a good medium use. How do I measure success, right? Because I'm unfortunately, as a client, I'm stuck, right? TRPs are the only reach or effective reach or all these measures that you said eventually are coming out of the same set of people meters or all that analysis is still coming out, and we've kind of I think agreed to live with the faultiness of the setup. But I'm just simply saying we don't have a solve for it right now, and as an advertiser, that's something that I think really needs to get sorted sometime. And just to build on top of that is the integrated media approach, right? How do I compare my TV plan to my, say, a YouTube plan or say a Facebook plan or whatever, and everything. I mean, I feel very learned about it because everything is like You know,
Yeah,
whereas
yeah.
how much
But can I come in
accountability-
there? I
Yeah,
can come in there maybe.
Yeah, Sabik. Yeah, come in,
Yeah.
and then
All
we'll
right.
go to
So
Omyoda.
this is really a heart of the matter. Ruchika, I think, hit the nail on the head regarding multi-channel. And when I say channel, this is basically television, YouTube, print, and all that. Now, some countries, and in some countries I have worked also in, there are common panels. This has been the core challenge, really, of single source data. So this single source data can always be controlled, and the sample size will be very low. So therefore, that really doesn't go anywhere when you are deep diving into one type of media. But that was the challenge of the past. In today's context, let me give you some assuring news. In fact, I think some of you actually are using it or know it already. Now, talk about YouTube, correct? Now, YouTube, I don't know if you're aware, has also launched its own reach planning tool. I won't get technical here, but today, agency planner can actually have a YouTube plus TV reach planning done in terms of forecasting at least. All right. And big clients like Lever, P&G, the FMCG majors who have crores and crores of spends, they can actually get into a spot level, or should I say insertion level, or for lack of any other word, serving, right? And how does it really play out over the census population? This is a key. This is no longer dependent on only the metered population. Now, as you know, both Facebook and Google, they are on our phones. They are on every gadget that we are interacting with the world with. And therefore, they already are using as the base on which they are building the census data, which means the entire, not only TV homes, but every mobile home is being connected. And now we are consuming TV content on our mobiles, thanks to the OTT, thanks to the TSP OTTs, correct? So to that extent, today already there is one piece of news that integration is happening. The second piece which I wanted to quickly leave you with is when it comes to even the BARC in future, or even the very recently tabled TRI recommendations to the ministry, as recent as last month, if I'm not mistaken, they have talked about at least 3 or 4 convergent technologies, right? At least in terms of screens, we have then a common source. Now, how does that happen? One is, again, without getting technical, called an audio matching technology, which is actually content being mapped in terms of sound waves and mapped to every channel. Currently, the audio matching is not there. What is there is audio watermarking. This audio watermarking is an inaudible signal which is to be put in by a cooperating channel at their end or at a MSO, that is a cable operator head end, in terms of being picked up into this system. So they have an option of going out, much like INS accreditation kind of a thing. I do not want to be part of it. Something like that for print publication. Anyway, so coming back to this, it is basically that kind of a technology is there. And the most promising one that already is in motion is what is known as the return path data. Now, this is, again, simply put, your set-top box. Now, it could be from Airtel, from Vodafone Idea, or from Jio, right? But that is already a digital set-top box. Now, what TRI is trying to do is to bring in this return path data, or RPD, and serve it to as many as 38 servers of BARC. BARC has about 38 servers where this data can be fed. So which means automatically the sample size itself can go up literally to 0.1% of all TV households, which is about 2 lakhs. That is the short-term goal in terms of the next 2 years. But because of the COVID, they may have to now phase it in terms of first 60,000 and then 1 lakh kind of data. So that is reassuring, I would say, in terms of certain measures that are being taken.
Okay.
Okay. That's something interesting. That's the way forward as I see it. Now, 2 more questions I will take in. One is by Omyo Chaudhary, and you all can decide who wants to take this on. He says TV advertising now becomes throwing money blindly for small brands. For big brands with big pockets, it could be a choice. Ruchika, I think this is again, you have to speak on behalf of the client community. That Yeah.
So, okay, while I don't know how I can, kind of talk about, I don't think anybody can afford to throw money blindly. Let me just start with that. These are, and
Right.
not just now, but even otherwise, these are pretty tough. ROI is forever a great, danda on the back for all the clients. So I don't see anybody. I think throwing money as a phrase itself maybe used to apply to those startups looking for valuations and those kind of things. But I'm not too sure any brand can afford to do that. But yes, access to the kind of data and analysis that Sabi and Gopi are talking about. I think that is what is distinguishing between making the choices, for clients. And honestly, as a client, I would love to raise a concern on the quality of analysis, on the quality of planning, on the quality of strategic thinking, as media partners should be bringing in. And I think, Gopi, the era that you are referring to, where there was such deep integration with the media guys, knowing pretty
Right.
much as many behavior details as anybody else.
Right.
I haven't come
Right.
across that
Right.
in a lot of people now. So it has kind of put the pressure back on the clients
Yeah.
to make sure that, okay, तुम्हारी agency every agency partner of yours should have
Yeah.
that kind of detailing. And
No, I think you raised a very valid point, Ruchika. I think the key thing is also to be, ensure that there is an amalgam between the medium and the message.
Correct.
With the creative
Yes.
and the media. Normally
Yes.
earlier they used to work in complete isolation. The creative guy never used to know what the media guy was doing. The media guy was always briefed later. उससे पहले he had already decided, यार film का idea तो इतना बढ़िया है, and then you come and say that film doesn't make sense.
Total communication. Right?
No, today,
The brief,
and
absolutely,
you're
absolutely.
very right.
Yeah.
Correct, because today I think the digital way of working is forcing it on us. And what you're talking
Yes.
about, in all honesty, Gopi, is a reality on the client side. अरे अच्छा
Right.
brief लिख film के लिए. We're like कि क्यों? And digital suddenly turns around and says that, okay, 50% of your money actually needs to go on an SEM campaign,
Right.
which means you need to just carve out those three no, actually can't be called sentence, 3 phrases, which will pop up and lead to the website. And that, and 50% of the spend will go into that, those 3 phrases. So,
and lastly,
Exactly.
also learnings from the ground, when we are launching a particular brand and all, what the consumer insight is. Those are also very important. When we launched the Dettol liquid soap, we went out as part of the sales team of Reckitt and Coleman to find out, when nobody wanted a liquid soap at that particular time. So the only way we, so
Again,
it's very important.
Again, thanks to digital. Sorry, Gopi, but again, thanks to digital. Today, it is easy to have a Google sheet with kind of a day after recall, or even FGD, focus group discussion of the good old days, right? To have it and almost real time, you get feedback. Sorry.
Yes. And that's what receptivity is all about. That's the point I was making. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah.
And everybody who are listening are getting, now aware of these technologies that you're not talking about. I will tell you on a small story before we close. And Sushil Meher is asking a question, which I think, Sabi, you should take on. It's a general question. But, but the kind of question he's asking, you remember years ago when there used to be these ISA holding advertising conferences for 2 days, which was all like a free holiday. Nowadays, I believe the free holiday is Goa.
Jollies.
There
is another Jollies, name,
Jollies. So right now it is Goa Fest, the new thing. If you can't go to Cannes, send him to Goa Fest. Promotion nahi dene ka, Goa bhej do. So that having happened, there used to be these questions used to come from the audience. And I used to, I once heard Shunu Sen telling the guy that to answer that question, please meet me outside, because I'll have to do a deal with you to give you the real thing. But Sushil, that as a joke, but there is a question that he's in, and that is simply this. He's saying, is it fruitful? Where is it gone? Sushil Meher. Yeah, he's saying is it fruitful to invest on multiple religion media, multiple religion? I think it's multiple region media or national media, particularly
regional, I think.
Regional. Yeah, it should be regional. See, we have become so religion right now. Ki region is becoming regional. That's the yeah. Religion has taken over, right, Sushil? That's the Sabi. I think you can take this.
Okay, again, it's a general question in my books because it's different strokes for one of my favorite, quotable quotes is different strokes for different folks. So it depends on what brand you have and what kind of market perspective and targeting or objective you have. So when you are looking at, for example, a national plan, you would obviously, need a lot of focus. So for example, if you are a consumer non-durable, let us say, correct? So if you are a consumer non-durable, you would be obviously looking at GEC or general entertainment channels as a genre of programming, because you know that both men and women, particularly women folks, are there, right? And you would be needing housewives possibly. So therefore, it all goes back to the targeting that actually determines what will be your channel mix. Now, coming to your core question of national versus regional, right? It is true that when you have a communication, nothing to do with media, but when you have a communication, that communication comes alive in your own language, if you can hear it, right? And this is one of the things in my past media organization. I mean, I had almost fought with the management in order to create an agency within the publication, and today it is doing very, very well. There were a lot of stakeholders there, and the management really has to be given credit for that. But it is actually competing in the FEs today, right? Now, point is that if we are looking at regional versus national, then we turned many campaigns from Cadbury to, Mondelez to a number of Marutis of the world. They were turned into a regional context in terms of how the Bengali audience, for example, in Kolkata, or a Marathi audience in Mumbai would be actually consuming that communication. What are the special keywords? Not only the keywords, it is the whole concept. It's like, a phrase which is affecting you in terms of your day-to-day lingo in your home. So you actually use that in the communication to kind of break the barriers, because it's not easy to overcome the consumer psyche. So therefore, there is no one answer. And from an investment perspective, I would say that the more channels you add, you actually add on to your cost layers. So therefore, it is all in the optimization. And if you are looking at if there is a niche in which a regional channel is working, if it is a news, for example, Bengali news or a Marathi or a Punjabi news, in which a particular channel is going to give you a lot of ROI, because not only of the TRPs and the quantitative part, but qualitative part. Today, it's easy to have media buys in association with the channels by creating what we call a total communication solution. And this total communication solution actually brings in a lot of added value in terms of reaching out to the consumer on the ground, what we call, the whole insight to kind of, convening an event to an amplification, because media can amplify also post the event, right? So we call it invitation, actualization or activation, and then the amplification. That is the kind of thing. So our regional media is very well placed there compared to a national media. It's not easy to do that with a national media. I hope I have answered you to a certain extent.
Okay. Gopi, this is somebody telling you hi. So no question here. He just wants to say hi. So I'm just putting this up so that you can know who is telling you hi. Person who is telling hi is somebody we all know, Kishore Da. Kishore Sengupta.
Wonderful.
Okay. Yeah. So he says, mark my presence. I'm not very regular in social. He says that every time, but Kishore Da is there with us all the time. Okay.
Just send him a message back, Kishore Da, we love you.
Okay, Kishore Da, you're listening. We love you. There you are. Now, there are two questions which I think, once this thing goes on to our page after this show is over, I think you all will have to, between Gopi and Sabi, because Mrityunjoy Chatterjee has asked, saying that Gopi has said in digital space, we are the new media, that the digital space is the new media. That's what we have been discussing. And he needs little more details on this. Now, that I think is opening up a huge Pandora's
Yeah,
box to
that's a
talk about.
complete different discussion. Yeah,
A different discussion. We'll have to hold that, Mritunda. And Sandeep Gupta has asked something which I think, Ruchika, it concerns you. How successfully can a client track the conversion rate, that is customer transaction, from their spends using TRP?
We
Put this up
can't.
for you. No, we can't. Exactly. That's the answer. Therefore, I thought that was the I wish we could. But
Not
there is
like
one
digital,
question
not
for
like
the-
digital. Not like
Not like
digital.
digital,
Conversion
yeah,
is
not
a
like
term.
digital, yeah.
Yeah.
There is
that-
attribution. There is some amount of attribution that you do get on the brand measures through your regular tracks and everything.
Yeah.
It does not convert to a complete conversion on sale. But source of awareness, for example, does give you some credit. However, TV being the kind of dominant media that it has been in people's memories, we know that misattribution on TV is also extremely high. Even when we've run no ads on TV and we've literally done nothing, I still get like a 30% attribution of source of awareness on TV. So I'm saying that there is no real way of tracking this conversion. Yes,
Also,
Sabi.
also the fact that the two media are completely different in nature. Now, TV, for example, is an awareness builder. So it is, if you take a classic marketing funnel, then it is sitting at the top, awareness creation. I'm talking about awareness, interest, trial, and action, right? Whereas when you are looking at conversion, it is at the bottom of the marketing funnel, which is where you have transactions in terms of maybe downloading a PDF document. Just saying, in case of digital, or a brochure,
Okay.
product brochure.
Right. One last question from me before we close this. After that, I'll have to tell you a small story, which I'm reminded of. Are TRPs fudged? Even despite that 499 and all that that psychology of Bata pricing 95.95, everything. Are these fudged? And are we? Have we been working with these scam figures all this while?
I think Gopi should take it.
I think you should ask the Mumbai
Whistleblower.
police. you should ask the Mumbai police. They're currently investigating. But then coming back to seriously answering, I think if the households are leaked, it's anybody's guess, because there's so much at stake. So we don't know. But like Sabi had mentioned, and I'm also aware that this happened a couple of times earlier also, so we don't really know. That's why I had mentioned about this whole thing being led by greed, and
exactly.
so nobody will let go of the moolah,
Right.
But like I said, Mumbai police will answer.
We'll answer that question. Okay, we'll keep it for Mumbai police. Maybe one day get the commissioner here on our chat show with all of you on to say, ki, Sirji, aap batao. Now, the story with which okay, Omyoda, you don't have to thank us. You're one of the main pillars of Ollie's. Omyoda is thanking Ollie's. He's thanking himself in the process because he's one of us. He's one of our pillars.
Great.
So the story that I want to tell you is, way back when this is somebody about whom both Gopi and Sabi know him. And I only hope he's listening to this story right now.
Who?
I'll tell you, when we joined advertising, I'm talking about the mid-70s, Madhukar, and we all joined Clarion as freshers. At that point of time, we had another fresher who also came with Madhukar from XLRI, right? And his name was Topon Pal. Now, as I said, Topon Pal is somebody you all know. Now, Topon Pal, we were into servicing. Topon Pal was put into media. And we used to find out that he used to always sit and do some calculations all the time, with a calculator. This is pre-TV. This is pre-TV.
The facet calculator. Facet.
Yeah, the facet calculator, and the cinema calculation, Blaze, and so we used to,
Clarion.
At some point, Clarion. So and then remember, Clarion had a lot of these media models that Professor Sengupta had done. So this guy used to, when we were here, into real active client, carrying layouts, client throwing us out, all sorts of action. This guy used to sit and keep on doing calculations. So as a result of that, some of us actually, and this is something we call him even today, we call him Ankosh. Anko is the Bengali word for mathematics. So chap who always does mathematics must be Ankosh. So I hope Ankosh is listening to this story. But I suppose today all the calculation that he did in the mid 70s and what you all are talking right now, he must have had to go through many births, many recycling of himself to have come to whatever Anko. Because what you all are talking is something
Sujita, just one minute. That his model, I believe, was called the Clarion-Motte model.
Clarion-Motte model was Clarion and Professor V.L. Motte of IIM.
Motte, yeah.
That was before Motte. That was before he came in. That was before he came in.
Yeah.
But if you remember Monoranjan Dotto, that market research old man, he had actually done a model in those days as to how you could track cinema viewership.
Yeah, that's right. I worked on some stuff of that in my HTA days.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing. Right.
In fact,
so I think
Tapanda and Madhukar both were my bosses at Mudra.
Exactly. That was that.
Exactly. And I remember the first day that I had joined, Madhukar had told me that we've not hired you as a media planner. We hired you to, beef up our cricket team. Because Mudra used to lose all the matches and they wanted to win.
So did you turn the fortunes? Did you turn the fortunes?
It completely changed. We won the trophy.
Wow!
All right.
So that's Madhukar.
All right. That's Madhukar, yes. So I only hope he's watching, because I had asked him to come and join in today. And I thought not because of me, but because of you, he will come. So I think this has been one of the finest sessions that I have been very privileged to have you all. And so have Ollie, so have all our viewers. And I'm sure we'll get a very good TRP, as we call it, the viewership number, reach and all that. That is, wo bhi hamara TRP.
You have your currency right. You have your currency right.
And thank you very much for coming and joining us today on behalf of Ollie's. But let me tell you something. I will let you all go today. But in the future, we must again have, please be, whenever Ollie's asks, please come and join us. Because, and with Praji, is planning a lot of things. So I have got to see to it that some bandobast is all there. And this has been a remarkable session. I am sure.
The first get consumer insights before you ask us again.
No, I think Sujita, just one point. I think whenever we are likely to meet next time, I think what we could do is to do a list of controversial topics that you could consider. Unless it's a controversial topic which has pros and cons, like TRP obviously was a controversial topic. Maybe I'll send you some ideas. And
Right.
A lot of ideas today.
A lot of, oh my God, today was loaded. And as a matter of fact, I'm now getting the thank you comments coming in from Shugoto and Sravoni, Chakraborty. Everybody says it's been a wonderful and a brilliant session. And finally, we have got this from somebody whom we actually, in Kolkata and in Indian advertising, we all actually call her Boddi. Boddi is the term for the elder sister, Badi Didi.
Right.
So and we have only one Boddi in the advertising, and that is Indrani Sen. So I have just seen, so Boddi has just said that it's a great session. So it must be a great session. It was a great session.
No, but do you know that Indrani,
thank you very much,
ex-boss, one sec, but do you know that Indrani had a major operation only last week? Yeah, and she just came back home yesterday.
And
so it's a spirit. I mean,
that's the spirit. Yeah. That's why she's Boddi. And she told me this afternoon that she missed one of my other programs last Saturday because she was in the hospital. But she said, today I'm watching. So, Boddi, you're watching. Thank you very much. Kishore Das says, what do you expect from the media houses to contribute to your decision in selecting media? কিশোর দা
This is-
আমরা সবাই রিটায়ার করে গেছি আর এটা নিয়ে গিয়ে এখন কি হবে মানে और आई टेलिंग किशोर दा कि हम सब तो रिटायर कर गए अब ये सब लेके क्या होगा अब इनको करने दीजिए सोशल मीडिया में जो कुछ करना है वो मीडिया हाउस तो आजकल लाइक वो YouTube is giving all those models which is going to work
right.
and ultimately see we are at 1 hour 15 minutes. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ruchika. Ruchika, I'll get the name corrected. This is my mistake. Okay, right? And you're in Gurgaon. We keep in touch. Gopi, we are in touch. Sabi, we are in touch.
Yeah,
So we are all in touch. And Praji, thank you very much for keeping us inspired and keeping us on our toes. Right?
Absolutely.
I know you. I'm not allowing you to come inside because you will get emotional. So we will do that later. In the right spirit of things. So thank you very much. Thank you, my viewers. I hope you've enjoyed this program. And I'm going to announce very soon the next one that we are planning on 12th of December. That's going to be, I'd rather keep it right now. Praji is here. 1 minute. Let me get him to the screen. He's here. हम आपके बारे में ही बोल रहे थे.
Thank you very much. For me, it is a great session. I have enjoyed learning a lot, and I think this is one of the first sessions. And Gopi, Ruchika, and Sabi, we must have more sessions. And I think the entire advertising, media, creative, and all of us, the advertisers, the fraternity, would look forward to it. On my own, I will send a gift to each one of you, all 4 of you, by courier. So please send me your residential address to Sujit. Sujit can forward to me, and I will send it to you. A beautiful gift, which will be for the Happy New Year, and this will be from me personally. And thank you very much. We must have a good session on the digital media or whatever you learning is required. Thank you very much. Each one of you have contributed. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Praji, would you like to announce the program for the 12th of December? Would you like to drop the ball?
Guys, we are having Prahlad Kakkad. Now, this is the celebrated ad filmmaker, and he's a maverick, as you know. And I was talking to him the other day, then I put with Sujit along with it. And of course, this is Prahlad Kakkad, as we all know, is larger than life. It is more than the advertising film that he makes, because he has been doing scuba diving, and then he had this Papa Pancho as the place which is in Bombay, which is now sold off. Now he's coming out with a new concept of garage chicken, which is another one which is there. So what we have told is that we will have, he has named the title himself, Prahlad Kakkad. What is it? Grab life by the balls or something of the sort. So we will be talking about it. We will try to keep him pinned down about 70% on advertising. But as he says, that you see, you cannot be a good creative man if you are not got the insights 360 degrees. So guys, 12th December is the time, 7 p.m. Saturday, and we'll be back with the Prahlad Kakkad show, which we tell you, which will be of a different kind than this one. This is a beautiful learning. That will be a different one. Okay?
Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And good night to all.
Good night.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Thank
Bye,
you.
Sabi.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.